Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about substrate for a Crested Gecko. Now sorry, right now there's two blaring lights in the background, or I don't know if it'd be blaring, I think that's more of a sound, but anyway, soon there will still be two lights, but it'll be different. Again, I'm doing a huge change, so stay tuned, it's gonna be crazy, it's gonna be crazy. So anyway, yeah, talking about Crested Geckos, Substrate, it's gonna be great. Okay, so with Substrate for a Crested Gecko, first I'm going to be talking about a subject that I don't really know a lot about. I put some Eco Earth, well actually it was an Eco Earth mixture with organic potting soil, which I know, and I think possibly like some kind of organic mulch, kind of, which I use for the iguana in those two tanks down there, and I did have in this polyterrarium when it was a polyterrarium. But anyway, actually it's a sneak peek. You guys don't know about this stuff yet. Anyway, I use a mixture of stuff because I use live plants, so I like to have a mixture. Now, Eco Earth in like dirt is pretty much fine. I would recommend that for if you have plants. So that's the first thing. My gecko, which I think is a juvenile, it's never been on dirt before. Right now it's on paper towel, which I'd very much recommend. Easy to clean. Personally, I don't clean like the iguana's enclosure, or like I don't like cleaning enclosures, so I keep them on dirt and they're basically fine. They have like natural stuff that cleans it up. I put some dirt in there, and it went down and started licking it, which I was really confused. So I looked it up, and I saw a bunch of stuff about, like, people how the geckos eating dirt and then dying and stuff like that, and, like, I was like, there's no way. Well, because the first thing I read was, like, they eat dirt because they're dying, instead of they eat dirt and then they die. Well, I mean, that is how it is, but, like, it's because they're dying. I was like, there's no way my gecko's sick. Because it's been eating, it's been acting fine, there's nothing, I mean, it's healthy. So then I looked into it, and I just saw, like, geckos eating dirt, which was really bad, because I'd also heard of geckos dying from eating dirt. So I took the dirt out, but after thinking about it for a while, I think I'm going to just try it on dirt again. I'm not saying that, well, I mean, Eco Earth, dirt, cocoa fiber, that's basically what I'm trying to say. But I'm not saying that, like, dirt's bad, you shouldn't have dirt. Try it. Please try it. That's much, much better. I'd much rather have, like, a super naturalistic thing like those two terrariums down there than, like, paper towel. But I'm just saying paper towel could work pretty well, especially if you're breeding them. And definitely when you first get yours, quarantine it on paper towel. It's much easier to see, like, if there's mites or anything, just see it on the paper towel. I definitely use, like, paper towel or newspaper for quarantine. I wouldn't actually recommend newspaper too much because it's kind of like a different kind of, I think of newspaper being kind of slippery, and, like, it's not white, so it's not, like, you can't see stuff on it as well, but it also works. Then, for long term, if you don't really want to deal with, like, cocoa fiber, and you plan on cleaning the enclosure a lot or whatever, reptile carpet would work. My friend has a leopard gecko, which is a, like, very, very different species, but he keeps his on a reptile carpet. So I think that would work pretty well as well. I'm not sure about, like, how much humidity there would be, and with leopard geckos, they poop in the same spot every time. That's not the way with crested geckos, at least not to my knowledge, so you will have to, like, clean it a lot. And then, yeah, don't keep it on sand. I always say that in all my videos. And here's, people, I keep thinking about what I'm going to say. So people are kind of like, that's how they are in the wild, and that's not the way with crested geckos, but it's a more bigger thing with leopard geckos, which, again, completely different species. But they say that's how they are with the wild, or they could eat that in the wild and they don't have a problem. But here's the thing, they've been seen to have problems in captivity. So if it's a choose between eco-earth, which they can pass through completely fine, or sand, which has caused impaction in the past, killed animals, why would you go with sand? There's no reason. Like, if there's a possibility there, why risk it? So that's basically what I'd say with sand. I'd also say don't use like calci sand. I've never even seen calci sand. I just know it's bad. And I would also recommend don't keep them on like strictly like there's the Reptibark. If you're gonna use Reptibark, like mix it with Eco Earth, I would say. Also, like sphagnum moss, you could keep them on that. But like I think Reptibark is kind of like, I don't know, to be honest, I just don't like enclosures with strictly Reptibark because they kind of look bad, and I don't think that they would be very good for it. Kind of. Like just to be strictly on Reptibark, I would mix it with like Eco Earth, and I think they could be kept strictly on sphagnum moss. If like they end up eating the substrate, so you don't want to lose substrate, I don't think they would eat that, I hope. But again, I'm going to try mine again because I think it was just licking it because it had never seen dirt. Like, this is why I put dirt in with it, is because it eats still food. It eats a complete gecko diet. So why would it not know, like, why would it know the difference of still, like, wet dirt or eco earth and still wet, like, banana milkshake, basically. Well, not milkshake, but, like, you know what I mean, like a blend or whatever. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for, Crested Gecko. Don't keep them on pebbles, and because they could accidentally swallow them. So if you're gonna have like a drainage layer, make sure you have like a whatchamacallit, I don't know, like a layer, like a screen layer in between the rocks and the dirt. And I guess I'm gonna talk about plants in this video. Basically, here's what I'm gonna say about plants. Any safe plant that's recommended, like non-toxic plant that's recommended for reptiles, would probably work. But that's if you make sure that there's no loose roaches or like any other types of free range that crickets or mealworms in the tank that it could eat. Because if it eats like a plant that could be bad, like pothos, and then like the feeder insect eats pothos, then the lizard eats the feeder insect, it's gonna get that like negative effect. So they won't eat plants directly, so basically like you're kind of free there. But if it's like a cactus with spines, probably not gonna work, I'm gonna, assume. That's pretty obvious. But like also there's that one type of like palm looking plant that has like spiky parts, they like go out like this. I would also not recommend that. Something that it could get hurt on. And also sturdy plants would probably be better. Something like snake plant, which is also called mother-in-law's tongue, is definitely a really cool plant to have in the enclosure. I hear that it grows weird in a terrarium. It might kind of be bendy, but it's really cool to have it like on that. I'm probably going to use that in its enclosure when I can get it on dirt, if I can ever get it on dirt. And then, yeah, I also have like peace lily, pothos, not snake plant, spider plant, which are the ones that have like the little shoots at the bottom. I got some from my friend, and I now have them growing in these two terrariums. I'm also using bamboo, which is also a sturdy plant that I'd recommend. Now, I've seen pothos, bamboo, and snake plant all used in a terrarium for a Crested Gecko, so I definitely know those are safe. I'm pretty positive about peace lilies, but again, I'm not exactly sure that it really matters as long as you don't have like feeder insects running around in the tank. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about that. So yeah. yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put in the comments below. And if you want more content, then subscribe. I'm going to go show you my Crested Gecko's enclosure, like the bottom, just for you to see. Right now, I have it on a paper towel because it's still kind of in quarantine. I'm not really worried about it too much. I've been holding it like every other day, cleaning its enclosure. I have live pothos in with it, which I don't actually have planted, I just have growing, because I spray the enclosure a lot, and it's been eating, it's been pooping, it's been doing really good. So yeah, I'll show you that now. And I'm just showing you the basically the substrate I'm using. As you can see that the roots are just out like that, and they're growing all along. If you see back there, they're just growing back here. They're just growing like crazy. Sorry for the poop back there. I'm actually really happy it pooped, because when I saw it like the substrate, I was gonna watch for it to poop. It's really small here. I'll show you it back here. To be honest, I don't normally have a light on it. It's kind of freaking out right now. I don't normally have a light on it. I just have a light, temporary light right now, to show you this. So yeah, here you go. See ya. See you in the next video. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you have a great day. See you in the next video.